go ahead and bring in Texas Republican Congressman Tony Gonzales now. His district covers more than 800 miles along the southern border. He serves on the House Homeland Security as well as Appropriations Committee, so the perfect guest to have on this topic. Congressman, take a quick listen to Texas's land commissioner earlier today talking about the efforts they are going to make now to try and back up the president-elect's plans.
The Jocelyn Initiative, in which we will locate appropriate land under my jurisdiction to lease for the construction of violent criminal deportation facilities. My office has identified several of our properties and is standing by ready to make this happen on day one of the Trump presidency.
What do you make, sir, of that promise? And is that something that, you know, even if work began today, could be stood up on day one, as she says?
Yeah, thank you for having me on. Texans are excited. We're ready to get our lives back. And I think Don Buckingham is spot on. You know, here we are ready to partner at the state, local, and federal level to make sure that our communities are safe. For 4 years, we've had to fight the Biden administration. And just like that, a lot of people thought this was a political battle. It turns out it's a policy battle. And you need to have everybody rowing in the same direction to keep everyone safe. But it is going to be tough. This isn't going to be something that's going to happen overnight. You can't wish it to happen. You have to be laser focused on tackling it block by block, issue by issue, and partnering as many resources as you can to get the job done.
I mean, it sounds like constructing some kind of a facility to house maybe tens of thousands of people while their paperwork is processed to be deported is something that just in and of itself could take months or years. What's your understanding?
And it could be costly, but what we have to get back, this is where I think the Trump administration and Tom Homan has gotten it right, is we have to enforce our laws. President Trump is going to ensure that we enforce our laws. That's step one in securing the border. If people come over and they don't qualify for asylum, they have to be deported. It can no longer be this massive catch and release. And in order to do that, you're going to have a facility to hold somebody until their cases get heard. I hope they re-implement the PACER program, which was during the Trump administration, that got cases heard in days, not years. All this is going to be timely. What I don't want to have happen is people have these unrealistic expectations. Step one is securing the border and making sure we get these convicted criminal aliens off our streets.
The president-elect made comments a few days ago indicating that he would like to sort of harness the U.S. military's might to try and help with his mass deportation plan. He is getting a lot of pushback, obviously, from Democrats. Take a listen to Ro Khanna, and we'll get your response.
Donald Trump and Tom Homan have talked about actually having the military involved in going into businesses and conducting raids, asking people for their paperwork. And I don't think that's what the American people want. That will violate the rights, not just of those who may be undocumented and here for years paying taxes, but also potentially American citizens.
What do you say to that, sir?
Yeah, President Trump has never said that we're going to do some of these outrageous things that some of the Democrats are claiming. What he did say is he's going to use every tool in his toolbox to secure this border, and I absolutely agree with that. And the fact, I spent 20 years in the military, spent a lot of time overseas. The battle is here at home, and one of the top things is making sure that there is a signal to the world: no more, no mas. No more. The border is going to be. But just to be clear, sir, do you support the idea of using U.S. troops to try and enforce the mass deportation policies? Well, it's very clear who's legally responsible for that. Border Patrol is responsible for removing people. Now having assistance, that's of course always helpful at all levels, and to include the military, to include local, to include state. All of it is very important. Everyone has to come together if we're going to secure this border. All right. Well, Congressman, we wish you all the best. Thanks so much for taking time with us today. Appreciate it, as always.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.